Argylle is the latest film directed by Matthew Vaughn. So today, let's see if it's worth your time. Hey everybody, my name is Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. Reclusive author Ellie Conway writes best-selling espionage novels about a secret agent named Argylle who's on a mission to unravel a global spy syndicate. However, the plot of her books start to mirror the covert actions of a real-life spy organization. The line between fiction and reality begin to blur. Matthew Vaughn has taken a lot of different genres and breathed fresh air into them. He brought the Kingsman movies and brought a unique style to the spy genre, and he brought in the X-Men franchise with a different take on it. Kick-Ass brought a fun, violent style to superhero films. Once again with Argylle, he takes a genre, spy films, and does something very different with it. This is a very cheesy film. I gotta say, it's corny as can be, but I had an absolute blast with this movie. Bryce Dallas Howard plays Ellie Conway. She's writing these stories about Agent Argylle. In the stories, we see that play out. He's played by Henry Cavill within it. He's accompanied by John Cena. That's where we also have Dua Lipa within the story. And she is writing these stories. She's on book 4. She's writing book 5. And we see how she thinks about her stories, how she has writer's block. All that story take place throughout this movie. And we see how she is taking certain situations that she's in and realizing these characters that she has written, like Argylle, as he's looking at her through some of these action scenes. We see some of the text on screen as it fades away, as she has writer's block. It's very interesting how Matthew Vaughn is able to take the story that Ellie Conway is writing and put it into the movie and see how her brain works as she is writing these novels. It's very interesting how the editing is played within this movie, the novels coming out throughout the story. I was worried that the story with Henry Cavill and John Cena would only be the beginning of the movie, but it's played nicely throughout the film to where it feels like it's a big part of the movie. When we have Sam Rockwell introduced, that's where a lot of the action starts to kick in. Sam Rockwell always delivers. He is hilarious in this movie. He's very charismatic. He's confident in himself. You feel like he would be the person that would protect you against all odds. He is so good in this movie. He has really great chemistry with Bryce Dallas Howard as she is in this new territory. She's reclusive. She doesn't go on planes, and she's thrown into this situation that she learns a lot about herself and how all these things that are mirroring her life and this real life spy organization is after her as well. Much like his other films, Matthew Vaughn is able to take also a unique style to action and have a lot of visuals in here. I do think there is an over-reliance of CGI in here where some of the action scenes, it's very noticeable, but the visuals and action scenes really do pop. There's a really colorful scene at the end involving Bryce Dallas Howard and Sam Rockwell that just made it so fun to watch. But some of the action in here, with Sam Rockwell leading a lot of it all, you can really tell some of the dedication going into some of these action scenes. Even if a few of them have an over-reliance of CGI, they still really are entertaining. The movie is really long, almost about 2.5 hours long. There are a lot of twists and turns along the way. It really tries to keep you on your toes and introduce new elements along the way. But when you start to have these twists and turns, which I did find to be very surprising, that's where you have a lot of exposition dump on the characters. This is the character and this is all about their lives and this is the story for them. You start to just pile on these twists and turns, which are exciting to see within itself. But the problem with all of that is some of the exposition. Like, we have to learn so much about this character and their situation that they are in. And there's a certain point where I like the twists that are coming along throughout the film, but there's a certain point where, like, okay, let's just kind of wrap it up. About the last 15 minutes of the movie, they try to do so much, they cram all it in. I just kind of wish that it just, wrapped up a little nicer. because all of these exposition scenes, these twists and turns that come along the way, it's kind of halting a pretty solid ending of the movie. But I do think Argylle is fresh. It's very vibrant with its action scenes. Bryce Dallas Howard, Sam Rockwell, they're amazing in here. And I like the story that played in here with Henry Cavill. It felt like a very cliche spy movie. I wanted to see that with its own separate story with Dua Lipa and John Cena. That was very cheesy, but I really like that within here. Bryan Cranston is awesome in here as well. Samuel Jackson, for his very limited role, provided a lot of energy as well. The whole cast is really good. That's what Matthew Vaughn has done before, is bring in a unique cast and just utilize them very well. Argylle is not as good as Kingsman or Kick-Ass or X-Men First Class, but it is an entertaining movie that does feel a little bit bloated and all this exposition at the end of the film, but the journey is worth watching. The chemistry is there. It's an exciting movie and a unique style to the spy genre. This is one I would like to check out again and continue it with other films. I've heard that he wants to do a sequel and a TV series as well. I really am anticipating all of that because I really did like Argylle. So before I give you my score for Argylle, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. If you can see where Argylle ranks amongst all the other 2024 releases I've seen this year, follow me on Letterboxd and there you can find my ranking. I'm going to go ahead and give Argylle a B+. Thank you guys for checking my review for Argylle, the new Matthew Vaughn film. Have you guys seen it by chance? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.